This is one of my favorite coffees, and I just now started using this, but I really like this. This is sold at Walmart. 8 o'clock, dark Italian espresso. So to make French press coffee, all you got to do is start off with some nice ground coffee. So this little grinder is pretty easy to use. It's got a max fill line. You can see that right there. I usually miss that by a little bit. But we'll put some coffee beans in there. Put some coffee beans all over the place. And close that down. Let's grind us some coffee beans. Don't take just a few seconds. Let's take a look at this, what's inside there. Wow, that's some good looking coffee grounds right there. I wish I had a smell-o-vision on here because that smells so good. So what's the next step? Well, we just made a nice amount. You can measure this exact. So this is what I do. I use a large scoop like this, and I put me one for that much. Put me a little bit more, about that much. Depends on how strong I want my coffee to be. Today we're looking at a new Mueller. I'm gonna put 3 of those, because that'll be pretty stout. We'll save the rest for later. We're gonna use this new Mueller. I spilt me some coffee beans around here and there, but that's okay. And these are the parts that the Mueller's got to it. I really like this. This press is super nice. So what you've got this little body right here. It's got a stem on it, and you make you a stack. So here's the way you start with your stack of filters. You start with the very bottom plate right here. We don't need these coffee beans. Get out of there, coffee beans. They're trying to show off. Okay, so we use that little bottom one right there. Then a real fine micro stainless steel screen. You'll see little particles here and there. Don't worry about them. And then another one right here. You don't have to take these apart every time. I'm just doing this to show you how this works. Then you got another one that looks like a little basket. It's got these little springs, notebook wires around it. And that's threaded. That's got the female threads. And actually, yeah, it does. And then this one threads down on top of that. So we'll put this right on top of that, and I'm going to thread that together. So now I got that threaded together, and that's pretty easy. Now this is unitized. You've got your lid on the top. You'll see the lid has kind of an opening on one side, and then it has a little arrow to tell you where to go to pour is right there. That's pretty simple. So now that becomes a one-piece unit. Don't have to do anything with that. This is my secret when I'm making coffee, I always use one little pinch of my special pink salt from another world, different country. Drop that right into the coffee in the bottom. And then the next step is going to be adding a little bit of boiling water. Now this water doesn't have to be totally boiling. Mine is right now, but we're just going to add some water to this. It's very simple. Your water level, what you want to do is don't go too high. If you go too high, you won't have enough room to put your lid on there, and you'll make a mess. So I like to stick my coffee in there like that, and then I take my big old spoon about the size of a shovel and give that a stir. I like to blend all those chopped up grounds have been through the coffee grinder. I like to blend them up good. Now, some people, they get it in their mind that they really need to let this steep for a long time. Here's a question I got for you. How long does a bun coffee maker, the professional coffee makers, how long does it take them to put that water through that coffee? That answers your question right there. Just a split second. So is this coffee already stout? Yes, it is. So it does not have to sit around and steep. This is not tea. This is good old American coffee. So the next step is we snap this lid down on there. I just set that down there real gentle like that. Snap the lid down. All right, get it snapped down there good. Make sure your arrow is facing out away from your pour. It's out facing towards the handle. I always like to keep my cup right there in case I have an interruption and it starts squirting. at least I don't lose it. I don't want to lose a drop of that good coffee. And then, listen. Hear that? That's a good clean filter. If your filter's good and clean, you can put it right down to Chinatown. You don't have to sit around and wait on it. And now the next step is you want to pour this coffee. Let's see what it looks like. Oh boy. Now you may look at that little trickle and think, oh, that stuff is weak. But that's because you're looking at such a thin trace of it. You start getting that in there, that's a good stout cup of coffee. See how dark it's getting? That is some delicious home ground. It's not cheaper to do this, by the way. So why do you grind your beans like that? Make up your own coffee at the house because it's fresh. It's much, much fresher. Coffee that's ground in a sack, you don't know how long it's been stored there, but if you grind your own beans, now look at that beautiful little cup of coffee. That thing is beautiful, and it is nice and dark. Now, what you want to add in your coffee is totally up to you, but I've given you a good start. This particular coffee unit right here, this little French coffee maker, is a nice little unit. Now, let me show you another trick. And you can take this beauty, set that right on that burner. Even though it's double wall, it's insulated. It doesn't have any plastic in it. It's just air insulating between the two layers. I can set that right there. This is, I think, 34 ounces. So 32 divided by 8 is 4. It will make 4 8-ounce cups of coffee, which is plenty for me to get me by the first part of the day. And if you leave it right there on low, 1.5 or between 1 and low, it won't burn anything, won't burn the coffee, won't boil the coffee. Keep the container nice and warm. So the container will be warm enough. It'll keep it at least above 100, maybe 120, 130, and that's fine. And that way you get ready to have your next cup of coffee. Put that thing over there. By the way, it pours in either mode. Doesn't matter if it's there or the other, but it pours more freely there. And this is Mueller. I'm going to give you the link. Please click on the link and buy you one of these. They're not expensive. I'll let you look at the link, and it's going to be a link take you right to Amazon. So all you got to do is get to the bottom. Just notice how nice this thing was to use. Super easy to clean. It's very heavy duty. It's double wall stainless. It's Mueller brand. This handle is TIG welded on there. It's not bolted on there. It's not a hammer. You can't use it as a kung fu fighting device. It's not designed for that, but it is plenty heavy duty enough for the job. Got a good stainless steel lid on it. It's all high grade stainless steel from one end to the other. No glass. You can knock it around, you know, and it's just, it doesn't fall apart. I don't want to get too radical with it, but I like it. I've only had it for a week now, and it makes great coffee. It does it quickly, and it makes 4 cups at a time, and I just love it. I think it was under $30. So I'll send you the link. Please click on the link. I am an affiliate marketer. Yes, I am doing this to make money. Yes, this is for me and for my sweet wife. We want to make good coffee. We want to teach you how to do it so you enjoy the same, and they will send us a dime or a nickel or something if you click on there and you get you one of these. You'll be happy, we'll be happy, and we'll just make Amazon, everybody be happy. So get you one of these Mueller coffee makers, be happy with it, and help us get down life's road a little farther. Thank you so much for watching, and watch some of our other videos at the Carnivore Diet with Ashley. Thanks again, and over and out for now.